Hey guys, it's Caleb from Brickloaf, and today we're going to be reviewing two of the temple sets from the LEGO Indiana Jones theme. Set 77015, the Temple of the Golden Idol, and set 7623, the Temple Escape. And we're going to start with the original one first, looking at the figures and then the set, and we'll compare it to the newer one. We're going to begin with the original Temple Escape from 2008, and this set originally cost $59.99. So first up is Satipo, and this was the character's only appearance until the new Temple of the Golden Idol set came out. And the only thing unique to this character here is the torso. It's only got front printing, but it is unique. It's got a undershirt and then a open shirt on top of it. And the legs have appeared in other characters of just plain light gray legs. The head has appeared elsewhere, and then the hair is mostly used on the old Harry Potter figures. But it is nice that this character at least has the unique torso. Next up is Jock, and this is a character that didn't come in the new set because there isn't a plane in the new set. But he does have a shirt on that has his name tag where it says Jock, and on the back of his shirt there is also printing that says Air Pirates. And this character is pretty cool. Obviously all the pieces have appeared elsewhere except for the torso, but it is nice that they have this unique print on it, and that this figure didn't come in the newer set, so he is rare and exclusive to just the old Temple Escape. Next up is Belloq, and this is a character that does appear in the new set, but keeping with the other figures from the original one, the only unique piece to this character is the torso, which has a unique front print. The hat is somewhat rare. It's only appeared in this color in two other figures. Other than that, the figure's pretty basic. A lot of dark tan, which I think they did try to change in the new set when they changed it to light tan, and we'll look at that later. And then finally is Indiana Jones, and this is a character that came in 12 sets and 3 pieces of gear, so they used him quite a lot. He's got the front print on the front of his legs, and he's also got front print on the torso. He also came in this set with the satchel, the whip, and then his hat. This is a character that I think they greatly improved in the new set with all the different prints and making it unique to this specific set and giving it some character instead of just the same Indiana Jones figure, but this is a really cool figure either way. Besides the temple itself, the original set came with Jock's plane, which was a really simple plane build that did have a sticker on either side that said OBCPO, which is a reference to Star Wars. And the plane came with a snake inside and room enough for Indiana Jones and Jock to sit inside. It was a really simple build, but it was nice to have along with Jock. The set design itself is pretty simple. It's similar in layout to the new one. It is very blocky because it relies on a lot of these panel pieces or these platform pieces as the base, but they do have a lot of the main scenes from the temple as part of this. And we're going to look at each of these key features that you can interact with as we go through the temple. So on the front of the temple, there's an entryway on this slope that has a sticker on it with some leaves, some dirt, and some spiders on it. And the entrance itself has 2 of those dinosaur pieces where they're dark gray, so they look like they're stone, as well as some brick-built skulls, and one of them which is an actual piece along the front, and some leaves that stick out just to make it look like it's in a jungle. The back of the set is primarily molded rock wall pieces, and the first interaction you can do at the front is pull this pin, which will drop a scythe, and it's right next to a skeleton. It's supposed to look like it's been impaled. A lot of the floor space is clear here because this is where the boulder rolls down, and the boulder's only held on by a leaf. All you gotta do is move that piece, and it'll roll down the rails there, the little 2 pieces, all the way to the front. I will say that one of the weaknesses here is that this set is very flimsy because it's not brick built base, it's just a lot of platforms pinned together, and so that is an issue. Now this wall here where the boulder sits actually drops down with this mechanism here. There is supposed to be a sticker on that wall, but it's since been lost. But you can just raise it and it'll click into place, and pull the pin and it'll drop. On the other side of the door is the pit where Indiana Jones is supposed to swing across using his whip, and then the tile room which shoots spears. And now there are spears in the wall, and all you gotta do is just push them through. They're not spring loaded or anything. They're not even flick fire missiles. You just push them through. There is a skeleton in this room. There are 2 skeletons in this set. And then you reach the actual idol, which has this really cool statue build here, as well as some hands with skulls in it. There isn't much of a platform holding the idol, but when you do pick up the idol, it will drop down the statue and drop some boulders down on top of the characters that are there. And you can just relift the statue back up and put the idol back into place to reset the mechanism. Now, the Temple of the Golden Idol came out on April 1st of 2023. It is 3 times the original price at $149.99, but it does have 3 times as many pieces, and it does improve upon a lot, as well as removing a few things. So first up from this new set is Satipo, and they've pretty much kept a similar printing on the front of the torso. They have updated it a little bit more to make it look cleaner, and they've added a back printing with spiders on the back, which is really cool. The legs are plain. They've got a really expressive head. It's double-sided. One side is worried and the other side is really scared, and I think they put a lot of detail into that print. And then the hair has been used in this color for a few other characters like Credence from the Harry Potter series, the Lion Knight from the Castle, and then Ringo and the Beatles, as well as a few other characters. But they really updated this character with the unique prints for the torso and for the head. And next up is a new character to this set, the Jovitos Tribesman, and this character didn't come in the original, and pretty much everything's unique to this figure. The legs, the torso, and the head are all unique. The hair is the same one that was just used on Satipo, but they've got really amazing prints on the front and back of the torso. They've got them along the front of the legs, and then the character's head is double-sided. Because this set is supposed to be like a display set, you can actually put this character at the front of the temple, and so I think this character was used to replace Jock because you didn't really want to have a plane separate of the model itself that you're going to be displaying. So I think this was a good selection for a character to swap him out for, and I'm glad that all the prints are unique to this character. So next up is Belloq, and this is another character that got a lot of changes, and they updated a lot from the original set. So the front print is updated, it's based on the old one, and then they also added a print on the back of the torso with like a sweat piece in the back. And the legs and headpiece do appear elsewhere, but the most noticeable change in this character is that the color of the suit went from dark tan in the original to light tan now, so it is easier to see the character. This also helps you to be able to see the prints a little bit better, as they were kind of hard to see in the dark tan. I think that the head is unique to this set, but I'm not 100% sure because Bricklink doesn't have that information available to double check with yet. And then finally with this new set is the updated Indiana Jones, and this character is still based off of the old character model for the most part, though the printing on the front of the legs has changed as well as the torso. There is printing on the front of the torso, which looks really good, and then there's printing on the back as well, just a little bit. The character still comes with the whip, the satchel, and now a bag that is supposed to be swapped for the idol. And the headpiece here has actually got hair and the hat with it. There's also a dark brown band across the top of the hat. So it's a really cool piece how they blended that. And then this figure's head is unique to this character. I do think that this torso and leg appears in the Escape from the Lost Tomb that also came out. But this character's head just has like a regular smile, and then on the other side it's covered in cobwebs. But they really did a great job updating this figure, as well as giving us a headpiece that's at least unique to this set. Now I'm going to put the three characters that have appeared in both sets side by side to let you compare them, Satipo, Indiana Jones, and Belloq, before we move on to reviewing the new set. Now this set itself is actually more condensed than the previous one. It's built on an actual base, and so it's not as flimsy, you can pick it up. It even comes with a little quote right in the center there. There are also quite a few builds of skulls around the place, as well as some knobs you can use. And on the front they've actually got this entrance at an angle. I'm not sure how I feel about that, it's kind of sticking out at one end. But on the inside they've got the cobwebs, spiders, spikes, and the ball that drops down at the end. If you turn the knob, it'll actually roll the ball down and it doesn't cause anything to break, which is really nice. And instead of using an actual ball piece, you have to build this Lego boulder, and so it's not going to roll off anywhere, and you can easily just set it up and set it back down. It snaps into place. This room transitions towards the pit that they have to swing across, and there is a door here with the sticker on it on the right side. It's a little hard to see because it's so far back there, but you can just use this skull knob up front and turn it to raise and lower that door. They used a black panel on the bottom instead of keeping it open to resemble the pit, And there is a rod here that a character can grab onto, and by turning the knob left and right on the right side, you are able to swing a character across if you want. It's also nice that they gave this set a little bit of height, so they do have some trees sticking up out at the top and some roots that connect down to the bottom. And overall, there aren't as many gaps. They didn't rely on rock panels. You did build the base and you built all the walls, which was really nice. You can get a lot more detail and it feels a lot sturdier. And the last room connected the one with the colored tiles and the darts with the golden idol one. There's a single knob here you can turn, and that is connected with the idol. The statues in the wall are really cool. Some of them you build along the way and others are stickers. And they made this section really tall with leaves and everything. Actually, one of the sticker faces is a Lego minifigure head, which is really cool. If you want, you can put the bag on top and replace it with the idol. But basically, you'll turn the knob once. It'll light up the area and then drop down the bag. And then once you turn it one more time, it'll drop a statue down. But what's really nice here is it's connected, so it's not going to just roll around. It will just dangle there. It won't fall around or break or anything. I think this is a better option than just dropping down pieces on the ground that you're going to have to reset. Another cool detail is that they brought back the idol mold from the first set. Now, because you're going to be displaying the set from the front, the back has a lot of the mechanisms, which are all fairly complex. It's really impressive how they made this all look so clean. And all the mechanisms that work are very smooth, none of them are very jerky at all, and they work really well. And those are the two temple escapes from the LEGO Indiana Jones theme. Both sets have their advantages and disadvantages, especially when it comes to the price, but I think that they both have a really great figure selection and overall set design. So let me know what you think about these sets down below in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like.